Now, y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scattered by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, okay? And we are here to discuss a couple of things today. A couple of things. Now, if you notice, I'm a little tipsy. I done had like 2 margaritas, so I'm feeling real good in the hood at this moment. You know what I mean? And I don't give a fuck about shit at this moment right now because I'm feeling my goddamn self, and I don't give a damn how nobody feels about it. Okay? I feel good. I've had a horrible day at work, and I had to come home, sip me like 2 margaritas, and get up here and do this video. Because, bitch, I feel motherfucking good right now. So I'm going to talk all the shit I want. Okay? So it is what it is. However, we're going to start this thing off with Zach Stacy. Now, as you guys already know, while I was in Memphis, I did not get a chance to review this story. But I do know that Zach Stacy was caught on camera physically assaulting his girlfriend, okay? And now she's testifying that she fears for her safety. Now, I have an article here on this story from CNN.com. We're going to read this article. We're going to dissect it. Then we're going to move on to the next, okay? So let's get into the article, honey. His girlfriend, a former NFL player, Zach Stacy, testified on Wednesday that she fears for her life and her 2 children's safety after allegedly being assaulted by Stacy on November the 13th in Oakland, Florida. I was punched, I was slapped, literally picked up and thrown into my TV, and then he picked me up and slammed me into my son's bouncy seat by my throat. This is not the first time that he has been violent with me. I am afraid for my safety and for my children's safety, Kristen Evans told the 9th Circuit Judge Mark S. Bleachman. In a joint motion filed by the Office of the State Attorney in Evans on November 19th, Evans said that she specifically fears for her life. Evans asked the court to increase Stacy's bond and place him on home confinement, a request Bleachman ultimately denied. Evans posted graphic video from the incident on her Instagram account and has publicly called on the NFL to confront the reality that players are experiencing PTSD from their time playing pro football. CNN has reached out to the NFL. Evans says that she intended to testify during Stacy's initial court appearance on November 19th, but was not available to after the hearing began earlier than scheduled. According to the joint motion filed the same day requesting that she be allowed to testify, and the judge reconsidered a bond amount. During the first court appearance on November the 19th, the judge set bond at $10,150 and ordered Stacy to have no contact with the victim and to surrender his passport and firearms. According to CNN affiliate WESH, Stacy was charged with aggravated battery and criminal mischief, according to court records. Stacy bonded out of Orange County Jail over the weekend, and Bleachman said on Wednesday during the hearing. Evans testified on Wednesday that because Stacy was released from jail on bond over the weekend, she has been too afraid to return home. My injuries from this incident are serious and likely permanent from what I've been told, she said without specifying. Lucia said during Wednesday's proceedings that the NFL player has changed his address to Alabama, where he has taken up residence with his mother or brother. They told the court that he did not believe Stacy and now residing 2 states away from Evans and posed a threat to her any longer. Stacy told the judge there are no firearms inside this home. The judge advised the condition of his bond that he may not be in the presence of a firearm. It was disclosed that Stacy intends to enter a 30-day inpatient treatment facility program and then return home to live with his mother or his brother. Stacy's attorney, Thomas Luca, told CNN on Wednesday that the inpatient treatment program he will enter on December the 1st is for mental health. He has had ongoing mental issues for a number of years, and this is an inpatient intensive treatment program for the mental health issues, Luca said over the phone. The judge reminded Stacy an important condition of his bond is that he have absolutely no contact with the victim, including through family members. Although Bleachman denied Evans' request to increase Stacey's bond and would not order home confinement, he added a condition to the former NFL's bond that he could no longer enter the state of Florida unless traveling for a court appearance. Bleachman cited Stacey's willingness to appear in court Wednesday morning as the reason for denying Evans' request. Lucas said he and his client are waiting a word on what charges the state attorney's office would bring against Stacey. No date for the arraignment has been set yet. Okay, y'all, so that was the article from CNN.com. Now, here's what Scotty by Nature TV got to say about the matter. First of all, I'm not with nobody that put their hands on a woman. Definitely not here for nobody that do any type of shit like that, because, baby, all I'm saying is this here. My mama was in an abusive relationship for the vast majority of my life. My mother was with my ex-stepfather from when I was age 4 all the way up to age 26. So that's practically all my life that she was with this man. And he was terribly abusive. Physically, emotionally, spiritually abusive. All things in the word. So whatever the fuck he get, he deserves, okay? Because that video was graphic as hell. And it didn't make no sense for him to be doing all of that stuff. I don't give a damn what a woman did to you. Ain't no need for you to be doing all of that extra shit. It's just not. Like, straight up. Like, I'm all about, you know, being anti-domestic violence. No man should ever put his hands on a woman, like straight beating her ass like that. That's a bit much. Like, that's a bit much. You can't be doing that. So it is what it is. So whatever Zach Stacey gets, that's what the fuck he gets. And that's all I'm gonna say on that matter, okay? Now, next up, we're gonna talk about Keke Wyatt, okay? Now, as you guys already know, Keke Wyatt got a whole damn church choir cheering. Okay, Keke Wyatt got about 10 children. As you guys already know, she was on R&B Divas for a while. For 3 seasons, she was on R&B Divas. She's had 2 albums, 1 EP. One of my favorite songs on that EP is A Lie Under You. One of my favorite songs by her. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Now, apparently, she got a reality show in the works that's going to follow her and her life and her comeback to music, okay? So I have an article here from the JasmineBrand.com, honey. And we're going to read that article, dissect that shit, and then we're going to move on to the next topic, okay? So let's get into the article. The Jasmine Brand exclusively reports that Keke Wyatt, age 39, has reportedly landed a new reality series. According to our sources, the show will cover Keke Wyatt's comeback journey as she attempts to get herself back on top as an artist and overcome her bouts of self-sabotage. The series is I always fuck that word up all the time, and I'm slurring like hell right now, and I can't get that word out. But let's just say that the show is titled Keke's Comeback, okay? Viewers of the up-and-coming reality series will get an up-close and personal look into Keke Wyatt's life as the nothing-in-this-world singer shares what's really going on behind the scenes and why she decided to make her return now. In addition to that, we'll hear from Keke's loved ones, including her children, new husband Zachariah, new manager Dre, and her best friend Kissy. Keke's mother Lorna, who is known for sharing an opinion or two about her daughter's life, will also be featured on the show. This isn't Keke's first time doing reality TV. From 2012 to 2014, she was a main cast member on TV One's R&B Divas Atlanta. In 2016, she was featured on WeTV's popular series Marriage Boot Camp. Now, what are your thoughts about Keke Wyatt's up-and-coming series? Will you be tuning in? Now we're about to dissect this shit, so let's get into it. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong. I love Keke Wyatt's voice. I love her music. I love everything about that. Like, I love her very first album, Soul Sister, okay? She had You Used to Love. She had Nothing in This World, Don't Take Your Love Away. Like, she had the remake of Patti LaBelle's If Only You Knew. Like, Keke got a lot of gems, okay? She had a song that was a sleeper that came out in 2005 called Put Your Hands on Me. It was about domestic violence. I love that song. I introduced my mother to that song, who is also a victim of an abusive relationship. I introduced her to that song. I was 16 when that song first came out. One of my favorite songs from that year. And she also dropped the album about 9 or 10 years after her first album came out, called Who Knew, which features a hot single called who knew? You know what I mean? Great song, very underrated. And then she came out with an EP when she got on R&B Divas called Keke. And one of the songs that we all love off that EP is called Lie Under You. Okay? Now, Keke, let's be 100 here. First of all, where is this show coming on? Is it on TV One, VH1, BET, WeTV, All Black? You know what I'm saying? One of these streaming services, girl, where is it going to be at? Is it going to be a YouTube series? Where is it at, first of all? Where is it going to be at? Because we ain't even got no network for it. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you 39 years old, girl. You 39, baby. I don't see you making a big-ass comeback like that. I just don't. Because you already know that when it comes down to R&B artists, especially female artists, when you get to a certain age, you will not get played on urban mainstream radio. And that's just the facts on facts, okay? Straight up. You 39. When you get 40, things start to change at the radio stations. They don't want to play your music. They don't want to do none of that. And I just feel like at this point of your career, you should not be focused on trying to come back. Like, don't be focused on coming back, girl. Just put out some music, and if the masses like it, they like it. Because at this point, you only going to get played on Urban AC Radio anyhow. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So just put the shit out. Don't make this whole show be about your comeback, because it's going to be in vain at this point. And just make it about you doing some music. Talk about your life, talk about your kids, do all of that. You got to make it a mixture. Don't just make it about your so-called comeback, because at this point, I don't see you coming back at this point. If you ain't came back all this time, you ain't coming back. And I'm just being real with that shit. And I actually like Keke Wyatt. I love her music, all that shit. You know what I mean? But at this point, she's an urban AC artist, so it's only so much she can come back from at this point, if you get my drift. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Keke Wyatt. You know, I'm not here to knock down nobody else's dream. I'm just telling y'all what it is, okay? So now we're going to move on to Dion Sanders and Pilar Sanders, okay? So let's get into the article, which also comes from thejasminebrand.com. Let's get into it. Apparently, Dion Sanders and Pilar Sanders are now in court, okay? He's been having an ongoing legal battle against Pilar Sanders, and it's about a defamation suit. So we finna get on into this article now. Dion Sanders has been hit with another loss in his ongoing legal battle against Pilar Sanders. As you may recall, former NFL star Dion Sanders, who was named as the head football coach of Jackson State University last year, has been involved in some legal drama with his ex-wife for a while. Following his 2013 divorce from Pilar Sanders, Dion Sanders claims that she made a series of defamatory statements about his character on social media. This allegedly resulted in Dion Sanders' reputation to taking a nosedive, causing him to supposedly suffer various financial losses, okay? As a result, Dion Sanders filed a defamation lawsuit against Pilar Sanders back in 2014, claiming that his ex-wife has published and continue to publish statements on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and other social media, accusing the plaintiff of child abuse, abuse of the defendant, assault, murder, and other crimes. She has also appeared on television, specifically the Bill O'Reilly show, making similar abuse allegations. The pair continued to battle it out in court over the next few years, with Dion Sanders initially being awarded a $2.2 million judgment against Pilar Sanders, though it was ultimately thrown out because Dion failed to prove his case. Now it appears as though history is repeating itself. It turns out that Dion Sanders filed another lawsuit against Pilar Sanders, receiving a $3 million defamation award in the process. However, a Texas-based appeals court recently threw out the judgment and ruled that Dion had once again not proven his case, effectively siding with Pilar. Specifically, the court ruled that Dion Sanders has failed to show how he knew those losses occurred because of Ms. Sanders' statements rather than for any other unrelated reason. Neither Dion or Pilar has publicly commented on the matter, though on the day the defamation award was thrown out on November the 19th, the ex-athlete tweeted, "I forgive you, hashtag Coach Sanders." Alright, y'all, now that was the article from thejasminebrand.com. Now this is what Scott by Nate you got to say about this situation. Now I get it. You feel like she's defaming you, and because you are not making the kind of money that you're used to making, you feel like the statements that she's made against you is the reasons why. I definitely understand that. But you gotta prove that that's the reason. It could be that motherfuckers just don't want to work with you at this moment. It ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, she done went on TV and said what she said, did what she did, wrote what she wrote, all of that other shit. But it doesn't mean that that's the reason why you lost out. You missed out on a whole lot of shit. That ain't got nothing to do with it, bro. Like, you don't really know if that got anything to do with nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, she made those statements, but is that really the reason why you ain't making no money? Is that really the reason? We can't really say that that's the reason, my nigga. Like, we can't really say that. So we really don't know. And I don't know what's really... I didn't even know that they had, like, this whole thing going on with defamation. I didn't even know that until I decided to report this story. But all I'm saying is, Dion, if you gonna go and file a defamation suit against somebody, you need to make sure you got all your proof. You need to make sure that you know for a fact that's the reason why you're not getting no work. That's the reason why you're not getting the same financial gain that you normally get because of that. That's all I'm saying. Just make sure your shit is in order before you start making claims against people. That's all I'm saying, my nigga. Like, straight up. Ooh, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So we finna move on to Doja Cat and Jasmine Sullivan. Now, y'all know that the Grammy nominations just came out, and people have been dragging these Grammy nominations, like her been dragged, Doja Cat has been dragged. Now, let me just tell y'all something. I don't give a fuck about the Grammy Awards. I've been saying that for the longest. Like the Grammys and the Oscars, I don't give no fuck about neither one of those award shows. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't give a fuck about them. Because at the end of the day, they don't cater to us. They're not trying to make sure that we win. None of that stuff. And on top of that, when they give out the awards to the black artists, they give it to the wrong damn artists. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen a history of shit like that. Like, I remember, like, in 2010, like, Beyonce was nominated for Single Ladies, and then Jasmine Sullivan was nominated for Lion, Tigers, and Bears in the Best Female R&B Vocal Performance category. And I thought that it was absolutely absurd that Single Ladies won over Lions, Tigers, and Bears. But Lions, Tigers, and Bears is a pure R&B song, where Single Ladies is a big pop record to me. Like, they only give it to the popular people. They don't give it to the people that deserve to win the award. Like, if you get, like, all these R&B categories are just sickening to me. And the categories are weak as fuck, bro. That's why I don't fuck with the Grammy Awards at all. Like, I don't fuck with them at all. Like, I don't be looking to see who nominated. Because, to be honest, half of the time, I don't know half of these motherfuckers that's nominated for a Grammy, if you're really being honest with me. You know what I mean? If I'm really being honest with you. I don't know half of these people that's out right now, to be honest. So it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm going to do is, finna get to this article about Doja Cat and Jasmine Sullivan from JasmineBrand.com. We're going to read it, then we're going to dissect it, then we're going to move on to the next, okay? So let's get into the article. Both Jasmine Sullivan and Doja Cat are making headlines and trending on social media. Some Jasmine Sullivan fans are outraged about Doja Cat winning favorite R&B artist over the Pick Up Your Feelings singer. Doja Cat received an AMA for favorite R&B artist and an award for favorite R&B album. Doja Cat also took home Collaboration of the Year for her Kiss Me More track featuring SZA. The 2021 American Music Awards aired on ABC on Sunday, November the 21st at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. The musical celebration was hosted by the WAP rapper Cardi B. The event had special performances from some of the biggest artists of this generation, like Chloe Bailey, BTS, Coldplay, Tyler the Creator, Bad Bunny, and Carrie Underwood. Some fans were shocked to see the Kiss Me singer and songwriter Doja Cat take home the award for favorite R&B over Jasmine Sullivan, her, and Jhené Aiko. Fans quickly rushed to social media in disbelief to discuss the reasoning behind Doja Cat winning in an R&B category. Some fans mentioned that Doja Cat is being placed into a box due to colorism. Online users are speculating that just because the artist is black, she's being self-categorized as R&B. Others were shocked that Doja Cat beat out her fellow nominees and felt as if their favorite artists were robbed. One fan commented that AMAs are really racist. They put Doja Cat in the R&B category even though she's clearly pop. They literally throw all black artists in two categories, rap or R&B. Shakes my head. I'm trying to figure out how Doja Cat how the Doja Cat girl won Best R&B Album over Jasmine Sullivan, her, and other R&B artists. But it is the AMAs. AMAs need to start back putting black artists into the right categories. Ain't no way Doja Cat won Best R&B Album over Jasmine Sullivan, her, or Queen Naija. Make that make sense. How did Doja Cat win favorite female R&B album? First of all, she's not R&B, and how the fuck did she beat her and Jasmine Sullivan? Doja Cat winning favorite R&B album over her and Jasmine Sullivan is why I don't watch award shows. Somebody is smoking crack over there because it ain't no way. How the fuck did that pop artist Doja Cat win best female R&B artist over Jasmine Sullivan, her, and Jhené Aiko? Yo, this shit is rigged. I don't think I need to go into any more tweets, okay? So, basically, this was mainly about the AMAs, okay? So, I was sitting up here talking about the Grammys, but this is really about the AMAs. And honestly, I don't even know what kind of artist Doja Cat is. I thought Doja Cat was a rapper. I really did. I thought she was a rapper, but apparently she's a pop artist. Here's my thing. Just because a person is black does not make them R&B. And I do not like when music awards do that type of shit. They always do that fuck shit all the time. Just because a person is black does not make them R&B. It does not make them R&B. Just because they're black. It does not make them R&B. Stop doing it. Because when y'all do shit like that, y'all keep these other R&B artists that really deserve to be awarded for making real R&B music. Y'all keep them from being awarded for their works. It makes no sense as to why a Doja Cat would be nominated over the likes of a Jasmine Sullivan. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Because Doja Cat does not make no R&B music. You nominate her for R&B artist, and then you nominate her for R&B album. She don't make R&B music, so why the hell would you nominate her for that? Oh, because she black? That's why y'all just gonna plop her in the R&B categories? No. She don't make R&B music. She don't make it. So why would you put her there? Period. It makes no sense. It really makes no sense. I hate how they do shit like that. Just because a motherfucker black, they want to throw them in the R&B category. Don't you know that black people also make pop music too? Put their ass in the pop category. Y'all put them in R&B categories and then y'all fuck it up for people that actually make real R&B music. Fuck out of here with that, my nigga. Like, fuck out of here with that. I don't like that. Period. So Doja Cat deserve to get drugged, but not only does she deserve it, fucking American Music Awards deserve it. Let me take that back. Doja Cat don't deserve to get dragged for that. Let me take that back. I'm too drunk. Doja Cat don't deserve to get drugged because she ain't the one that awards people. The AMAs do that. And they knew what the fuck they were doing when they did what the fuck they did. They just don't want real R&B artists to be great. They don't. They don't. And I really hate that for R&B music. Like, R&B music is already slept on these days anyway. They want to dead the genre so fucking bad and you can't. And so you decide that you're going to give this R&B award to a bitch like Doja Cat who don't even make R&B music. Fuck out of here! So next up is Safari Samuels. Okay, now as you guys already know, Safari got robbed about 3 years ago. And now the person that robbed him is now getting, you know, what he deserves. So we're going to get into this article, which is also from the JasmineBrand.com. We're going to read it. We're going to dissect it. Then we're going to move on to the very last topic, which is Sherri, Shepperd, and Wendy Williams. Okay, so we're going to get right on into it. So let's talk about it. Safari Samuels is getting justice for the robbery that he endured. As you may recall, Safari Samuels was robbed at gunpoint in Fort Lee, New Jersey about 3.5 years ago. Specifically, the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star was robbed for approximately $180,000 worth of jewelry outside the apartment he was living in at the time. The incident left Safari Samuels so shaken that he had to pursue therapy. Shortly after the stick up, the suspects were chased across the George Washington Bridge by authorities and eventually apprehended in New York City. The 3 men involved were later formally identified as Sean Harewood, a childhood friend of Safari's, and Tacoma Ashman and Carl Harry. Now there has been a recent update to the matter. This past Monday, Tacoma Ashman was found guilty of first-degree robbery, weapons possessed, and evading arrest. He will be sentenced in late January, and he faces up to 50 years behind bars. Regarding the other 2 suspects, Sean Harwood is currently waiting for a new trial. date to be set, as his attorney reportedly withdrew from the case fairly recently. As Carl Harry, he pleaded guilty to a conspiracy charge back in 2019. Safaree has not publicly commented on the matter via Instagram or Twitter. It's also worth noting that this development comes a few months after Safaree and Erica Mena's Atlanta home was burglarized. Okay, so that was the article from the JasmineBrand.com. Now, what I gotta say is, all I gotta say about the situation is this right here. I'm glad that Safaree got the justice that he needs, because Safaree is soft. Why y'all want to rob him? Why y'all want to fight him? Why y'all want to do any of that bullshit to this man? Let that man live with his sexy self. Just let him live and let him move the fuck on. So I'm glad that he's getting justice. So now we're about to go into Wendy Williams and Sherri Shepperd, and then we're going to be out of here, y'all. So let's get into it. Now, you guys already know that Wendy Williams had been sick, and now they're saying that she is like she's in a wheelchair and she's dealing with the first stage of dementia. And that's what was being said. But now, Wendy Williams' brother, Tommy Williams, comes out to speak up for his sister, Wendy Williams. So we about to get into this article from the JasmineBrand.com. Gonna read it, dissect it, move on to Sherri Shepperd. So let's get into the article. So, Wendy Williams' brother, Tommy Williams Jr., refutes the recent claims that his sister is suffering from a chronic brain disease. Tommy Williams Jr. is fulfilling the role little brother yet again. YouTube blogger Unwind with Tasha K reported that Wendy, age 57, was suffering from dementia, adding fuel to rumors that have been blazing for months. Between Wendy's absence from her show and evident health troubles, fans have been eagerly awaiting an explanation. Tommy shut down reports telling The Sun, "We haven't had any alerts like that, and I haven't seen anything like that, or have had conversations with her that would lead me to believe that. We routinely go up and check on Wendy, even though we're all the way down here in Florida. I try to make it up there, and my dad speaks with Wendy frequently, so no, we don't have any concerns concerning her mental state. It's all physical. I am trying to find out if she's coming down for Thanksgiving. I mean, she's normal like that." The dementia claim joins a long list of rumors about why Wendy's show was postponed in September. The same month, police reportedly received a 911 call that matched Wendy's description. Since the reports of the mysterious call, people have been buzzing about drug and alcohol abuse, a COVID-19 diagnosis, psychiatric problems, and other ailments. Shocking photos of the talk show host in a wheelchair have raised concern. Wendy has not returned to the Wendy Williams show, and it is unclear when or if she'll grace our screens again. Several guest hosts have stepped in to deliver hot topics, including Sherri Shepperd and Leah Remini. Her brother Tommy has created a talk show of his own on YouTube, frequently hopping on live streams to chat with fans. He typically fills us in on what he's up to and what's going on around him, but he never forgets to give a shout out to his big sister Wendy. Tommy acknowledges that Wendy is responsible for his following, which is why she is the face of his YouTube channel. Okay, now that was the article from the JasmineBrand.com. Now here's what I got to say. I'm glad that Tommy has spoken out on this. I'm glad that we know, because when I found out that Wendy was having dementia, I was just like, okay, this is a lot right here. Like, this is a whole lot. Like, I never envisioned Wendy to be in this situation. But I'm glad to hear that it has nothing to do with her mental. But even though it's all physical, it's still sad. Wendy Williams sick like that to the point to where she can't even host her own show. That's a lot. So, being that is being said, we're going to move on to the very last topic, and that's Sherri Shepperd. Now, there were reports earlier this week that Sherri Shepperd will be taking over the Wendy show, and Wendy would never be returning to her show. Now, we got an article from the JasmineBrand.com. Okay, we got that article. We're going to get into it, and then we're going to close this thing out, because I know this video is almost like 30 minutes long, if not 30 minutes, and I know it's long as hell, and I know how y'all feel about long-ass videos. But let's get into it, child. Looks like Sherri Shepperd has no plans on becoming a new face of the Wendy Williams show. The Jasmine Brand exclusively reports that despite recent claims, Sherri Shepperd would not be taking over the Wendy Williams show full-time. Well-known journalist Juan Murray recently shut down rumors that his friend Sherri Shepperd, age 54, has plans to permanently replace Wendy Williams, age 57, as the host of her popular syndicated radio show, talk show. The Virginia native left a comment about the hosting rumors on the Jasmine Brand's Instagram page and shared, "I love that people are talking about my friend going back to host in December for a week, but the rest of the story is from Radar is fake news. Sherri will at some point host her own show and move where the money resides. I'm just saying that this story is fabrication." As previously reported, famed media personality Wendy Williams has yet to return to her popular talk show due to ongoing medical issues that she's currently dealing with. Since the start of the 13th season, which premiered in October, Wendy Williams' celebrity friends have stepped up to help host the talk show during her absence. One guest host that Wendy's fans have seemed to really like is actress and TV personality Sherri Shepperd. It was recently announced that the former host of The View will be making a second appearance as a guest host for the Wendy Williams show in December. After reports surfaced that alleged Wendy would never make a return to her show, it was highly speculated that Sherri was the front runner to take over the hosting duties. Sherri has yet to speak on the rumors that Wendy isn't returning and that she may be the permanent host for the talk show. However, she did share her share via Instagram post about how excited she is to return as a guest host again. Now they say that Sherri Shepperd ain't, coming to take over the woman show. I think that Sherri is doing a good job at filling in for Wendy. I think that she's probably the best guest that they've had. So I don't have an issue with it, but I do hope that Wendy gets better, and I hope that she's able to host her own show, and just let Sherri get her own show, because she's actually doing a great job with the guest host, and I really do think that she's doing a good job. So that's really all I got on that. So y'all, Sherri ain't taking over the show for good. She's just doing it not permanently. I'm sorry, temporarily. I'm sorry. But, because y'all already got on my ass about my last Yes for the Mess when I said decompose, and I really meant decompress. That's what I meant, but I said decompose. Child, listen, let me go. With that being said, y'all, this be your boy Scotty. Be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to like, well, I already said that. Be sure to follow me on social media. My Twitter, my IG will be down below. If you want to follow me back, if you want me to follow you back on IG, hit me up in the DMs with the hashtag Message Team Scotty, and I would definitely follow you back. With that being said, you guys, your boys out of here. Until my next video, I'll holler at you later. Peace out.